Coordinator with StyleCircle, and you're here watching the StyleCircle Marketplace event. Pretty much this event will be raising money for the Black Coalition for AIDS Prevention. The sales from our clothes, 50% will be going to the coalition. You can also buy an issue of the book. This one's number 5, and proceeds from this will be going to Black Lives Matter Toronto. I am super excited for the performances that we have lined up today, and just stay tuned because it's going to be a really great list. First up, we have Camille.
Hi, my name is Camille Intson, but I also go by Cammy. I am a Toronto-based writer, performance artist, and alt folk musician, and today I'm going to be singing a song called Snow in Toronto. Write me a postcard, won't you, love? I'm so cold. Autumn came and told a tale of me getting so old. Winds of winter wreck my walls, and summers froze, and there's snow in Toronto. I met a man from Florida. I let him love me too hard. I do it time and time again. Be still my heart. And there's snow in Toronto. I'll come home to you and sleep now. I'll come home to you, but only in my dreams. Lonely, I walk home. I write my little self another dream alone. And there's snow in Toronto. I'll come home to you and sleep now. I'll come home to you, but only in my dreams. There's snow in Toronto. I'll come home to you in my sleep. I'll come home to you, but only in my dreams. be reading two poems. The first one is called The Poet. I find a copy of his latest book perched raven-like on the wooden table of his one-bedroom apartment. He just ducked into the bathroom to take a piss, and when the faucet stopped running and the door creaked open, he caught me fingering the pages. I say, "What's this?" "Put that away," he says. "No, why haven't you shown me?" "Because it doesn't matter." He put it away. "Maybe later then, tomorrow." His hand at the cusp of my shirt runs into my mouth and we blossom together. And I've come to him late at night when words have failed us both. Maybe now I can be a poet. In the morning, the smog peeks in and the sheets smell of stale buns and bug bodies rotting in the underground flesh. And I'm stuck. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I fucked up a few words. Gotta do it again.
Yeah.
That's a tongue twister there. Wait, that's in the sheet, and the sheets smell of stale buns and bug bodies rotting. Bug bodies rotting in the underground stations. Sorry. I'm sorry, you guys are gonna have like weird bloopers for me. Okay.
You're good.
Okay.
So, if you're starting, just say start so that I know when to come.
Got you. Gotcha. Okay. Start. Okay, so I'm gonna be reading two poems. The first one is called The Poet. I find a copy of his latest book perched, raven-like, on the wooden table of his one-bedroom apartment. He just ducked into the bathroom to take a piss, and when the faucet stopped running and the door creaked open, he caught me fingering the pages. I say, "What's this?" "Put that away," he says. "No, why haven't you shown me?" "Because it doesn't matter." He put it away. Maybe later then, tomorrow. His hand at the cusp of my shirt runs into my mouth and we blossom together. And I've come to him late at night when words have failed us both. Maybe now I can be a poet. In the morning, the smog peeks in and the sheets smell of stale buns and bug bodies rotting in the underground stations, and I'm struck by the notion that I may never write poetry at all, that my poesy remains between my legs, infantile seed. He curls up against my body, and as he plays with me, I feel rather childish. I board the 2-line in the morning and find my own way home. Okay, so the next and last one I'm going to be reading is called Bees. I wrote it for quarantine. The bees are out. I chased 3 of those fuckers around my living room for a good 45 minutes, swatting. I missed every time, although it must have been on purpose. I could have killed them, but with everything going on, it wouldn't have been ethical. To think how easy it would have been to have inched so close, to have watched one wriggle or fail to wriggle, to have been at odds with him, an intimacy unparalleled, and then to kill. To feel what the virus feels, to take charge. But of course, I left the back door open, and eventually they found their way, delivered back into light. I take my afternoon walk in the graveyard, where they've dug new plots. The groundskeepers have stopped weeding. The dogs are out. The birds have built a nest in the gutter. In the early afternoon, I hear them singing, but not to me. Thank you.
I'm Harry. I'm here with Camille, and we are going to be chatting with her for a bit about her art, her style, and why she's here with us today. So I just wanted to start first by telling you that I love everything you do. You wear a lot of hats, and I do like to see your work in different realms, so if you could expand for us a bit what those hats are.
For a second, I thought you meant literal hats. I'm like, I don't wear that many hats, but yes.
On your Instagram, you do wear a lot of cool hats, so that too.
I have worn the odd hat, yes. Yeah, but metaphorically, yeah, I do wear a lot of hats. I work in a very sort of multidisciplinary fashion, so I would say Like the practice most close to my heart is I'm like a writer and performance maker across like live embodied performance, but as well as like performance across digital media. And I'm really interested in sort of like genre blending and finding ways to work emerging technologies and digital technologies into live performance. But besides that, as you guys can see in this video, I'm also an alt folk artist, and I like to gig a lot with that. And yeah, I do enjoy the wearing a lot of hats and the interdisciplinary nature of creativity.
Is it like really important for you when doing something creative, like to cross as many lines as possible, trying to, what do you feel strongest when something is being mixed with another art form?
Yeah, I think I'm just interested in like breaking down this idea of like what a medium is, or like what a discipline is, because I feel like, I mean, in the arts it's so difficult to get segregated. Like when we're kids and we grow up like singing, we also dance when we sing and we act when we sing, but then we get into these weird, like you can either be a singer or an actor or like a visual artist or whatever, but really like our creativity is most provoked when we learn to work at the intersections of those things.
That is like, I totally agree with you. I just feel like a lot of great art I see today is crossing boundaries and redefining what it means to necessarily be a video artist or a music artist a design artist. I just love to see the variety that's going on. In terms of your music, so like how long have you been performing for?
Like I feel like the basic boring answer is like since I was a kid, but artists say that to feel legit.
Well, it's just impressive.
No, but I was like horrible as a child. But no, I seriously with music. I think in high school I started like playing gigs at coffee houses, and I was like 17 playing at bars downtown Hamilton, thinking I was like so cool.
That is so cool.
I wasn't, but I did. That's sort of where I started. Doing that stuff, and then sort of when I did my undergrad out in London, Ontario, and when I did that, I started becoming sort of more involved in the music scene there, and did a lot of gigs and met some cool producers, and then things just sort of kind of kept snowballing. And although my practice as a musician, I wouldn't say is like the sort of primary thing that I do, writing is sort of my loves, like songwriting, lyric writing, poems, plays, whatever.
Just writing whatever.
Writing whatever, yeah. But I mean, performing has always been like a thing that's close to my heart. So yeah.
I did also read about your play as well, which got into Fringe Fest.
Yeah.
That is super cool.
We won Best of Fringe. We didn't just get in. We won.
Like,
we won Best of
Fringe,
Fringe,
people. That is like
in
you're
Hamilton.
allowed to
in
be.
Hamilton.
You're allowed. Who cares? Like that is really great.
No, Hamilton's great. No, it is in a weird way.
In terms of like, so performance and playwriting, how close is that to your heart in terms of expressing yourself? Do you feel that is the best way you get to represent yourself as an artist?
This I feel like goes against what I said, but I feel like although playwriting and performance writing is, I say, the thing that I do most often, the way that I express myself most fully is honestly through music, because it feels a lot more personal. Like I feel like that when I write a show, it's different characters, it's different worlds, it's different people, and of course I'm very intimately involved with that. But when it's my music, it's a way for me to sort of come into contact with a lot of the feelings that I'm experiencing, and oftentimes I'll work through things in the form of a song, or and sometimes when I don't even know sort of how I'm feeling or what's sort of happening, I'll pick up my little guitar and write a little thing, and then I'll sort of look back on it and go, oh yeah, that is what I'm sitting in right now.
Totally.
So it's like a decoder of my feelings in a way.
Like a nice catharsis. You just get to write it out and then see, okay, that's where I was.
Yeah, and it feels good when it comes out. Like it's a good release, where sometimes with a play, it's like you're in the back row with some booze on opening night, you're like, you're like, this is stressful.
I'm sure that's like a lot more nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it's awful. It's bad. But it's very cathartic music, yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad that it's so cool to see that you're able to do multiple things, carry multiple attitudes about each different thing, and yet they are all important in a different way to you. I also wanted to touch on your piece Between Space, which I love. I think this is
Plug.
it is like super cool. Could you like talk a bit about Between Space for us?
Yeah. So Between Space is a digital work that I made during the first lockdown of COVID, and I was living in the UK at that time. I was there for a year, studying and doing a master's at the Central School of Speech and Drama, which is like. And I had to do a piece for this festival that was supposed to be in person, and I was going to be like doing this live intermedial performance thing, which was going to be like cameras, screens, and me wrecking stuff, and it's going to be about climate. I don't know, but I couldn't do that because there was a pandemic. Maybe you've heard of it. And so I was like, okay, what am I going to do? And then I was in this unique situation where I was sort of stuck in my North London flat with like not nobody around, and I was like really dealing with intense feelings of like social isolation, and touch deprivation was a huge one. And although I felt so alone, like I became really hooked on my phone and like different technologies and connecting to the world, and so I was just journaling a lot about these feelings, and I decided to make this work called Between Space, which is basically like an interactive map of my quarantine flat, where you can visit different spaces, and there's different like stories, different bits of writing, different images, different sort of interactive places where you can write messages back to me, and I can respond to you. And it's just sort of opening a dialogue about domesticity and intimacy that can be experienced through digital space.
Has it been, on the art side, has it been frustrating trying to innovate in a digital space?
Yes. Yeah, and as someone who works in digital spaces, it's incredibly frustrating, because I like to, for me, it's like I love integrating digital stuff into the live.
Totally.
But the live has to,
that
be there. Yeah, because the thing about live theater and why, performance, why I love it is just like it's there, it's in the moment. You can't pause it, you can't rewind it, you can't do all that stuff. It's like it demands an absolute presence from you, and like you don't, digital space fragments that.
Whereas digital, you are going to have to explore new ways to represent the feelings you want to come to the surface.
Yeah.
With live, there's so many great things you can do with like lighting, cast, blocking. Whereas digital, it's like 2D, and you're wondering how you can bring people into that mindset with you. I suppose that, well, in my opinion, I think you're doing a really great job, because
Thank you.
Both your music and your writing comes across really intensely online.
Oh, thank you. My friends call it my social media performativity. I'm like, no, it's a thank you.
Social media, like, would you say social media is now like a big part of your of how you represent your career?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to, because I feel like a lot of freelancers, it's like it's exhausting to do it, but it's like, you're a business in a way, and you're something that is being sold to people. And so, unfortunately, because sometimes it is really frustrating and awful, like social media is a tool for you to get yourself out there and create opportunities for yourself.
Totally. It's like
facts are facts.
It's your own art gallery.
Yeah,
but
then you get into weird situations where like people think, I don't know, like, because you create a performative persona for yourself, and then people like know you as that, and so people will be like, oh my god, like this is so you, and you're like, no, it's not, like, bleh. Like, I'm really like quite introverted, so I can't, I'm performative now, but it's like later I'm just gonna be like with my cat in my room, like, but it's weird sort of having like feeling like you're Hannah Montana-ing.
Oh yeah, it's best of both worlds for sure. You gotta display a character online and then keep yourself to yourself.
Yeah, and I have social anxiety, so that's just not.
This is not happening.
It comes with the struggles. But yes, to answer your question, it is a business, and it is helpful.
Mm-hmm.
It is helpful to go on social media and look at someone's page, especially if you like want to work with people, and you can click something and see what they've done. yeah, it's yeah.
Totally, especially with fashion, it's so great to so many creatives just online that you can be like, oh my god, now I can just talk to you just at the click of a button. That's just me kind of being shocked at the way we are technologically advanced today, but
True. Yes.
I did want to ask you about, because I know that you come from Hamilton to Toronto, Hamilton to London to Toronto.
To Hamilton to London to London.
To the real London.
To the real London to Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah.
So now that you're finally here, how do you feel about Toronto as a space to work on things artistically?
Well, I live. Don't come find me. I live around Kensington Market,
Okay.
and that is such a vibrant space that is, I find, like a really inspiring, tangible environment for me to sort of, like the people watching is really great. Just sort of walking around. The thing about Kensington is it's like a microcosm of Toronto as a whole. When I walk outside of my building, I don't see like skyscrapers and big CN towers. Like I see, like family-owned restaurants and cute little places. So and I know the people who are working at some of those places. So that's a really nice thing. I have a sense of community there, and that's like a nice little thing. What brought me to Toronto is I hate saying this because I feel like it makes it sound like a donut, but I'm doing a PhD at U of T.
That's cool.
Sometimes
actually.
I pretend like I'm not. I'm like, no, I'm here to be an artist. Yeah, so I'm doing that, which is all online because of
As
we can
see.
yeah, so that's why I'm here. But it's I do love Toronto in a weird way, and I've got so many memories. I always say I feel haunted in Toronto because I was like, it's like I go down a street and I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember when I was like 19, I took a Greyhound here and I was lost in the middle of a blizzard, and then I like walked down another street and I'm like, oh, I remember I got stuck in the rain here when I was like 21 and doing my first like thing at this theater in Toronto. So it's just, yeah, I feel I'm always haunted. It's the word I use a lot describing how I feel here.
It is a very like full of little pockets of memories in every community or every street you go down. It's I definitely feel a bit ghostly being here.
Yeah.
That's definitely, and seeing so many interesting buildings just go as well. It creates a weird sense of history that's there, but also slowly fading. But we are looking forward to a lot of new things here in Toronto, and I'm glad you're here because you can bring your art to Toronto and enrich the space.
Oh, shucks. Well, we'll see about that one. Tune in post-pandemic.
Oh, yes. We will be tuning in post-pandemic. I did want to ask you, since we are here in the StyleCircle studio and we are here for our auction event, I did want to ask you about these clothes from our auction that you're wearing today.
Of course.
Oh yes, maybe give a little bit of a, bit of a pose here and there, show the people what we're working with, of course.
I think I'm Madonna.
That's a good reference.
I'm not Madonna.
Channel it.
Channeling it, yeah.
So the bottoms, you've got a gingham pattern here with wide legs.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Really comfortable too, to be honest.
Ooh.
Really comfortable.
If you could give these pants a rating out of 10.
Like a 12.
A 12?
No, because listen, I'm all about comfort and
Yeah.
style together, which is what this outfit is selling you right now. Because it's like, you don't want to, especially because now everyone's working from home.
Yeah.
You got to have clothes that look nice for your Zoom meetings or whatever else you do, but that you can also be comfortable in lying on the couch. And that's the vibe, I think,
Absolutely.
for this whole year and probably next year.
Like, comfy style for sure. Like, this is very much giving me comfy fall look.
Yeah, oh yeah. Big this turtleneck too is absolutely gorgeous. It's a crop.
So
we love a good crop.
You get a little bit of fun with it too.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, but it's not like overbearing, too thick that you'll just sweat yourself out.
No, it's actually not. It's a really good level of thick sweater, and also I really love these sleeves. I'm not a fashion major, so I don't really know how to describe them, but it's like it's a little puffy and then it goes.
Yeah. Neither am I, but I also like the sleeves on this sweater.
Yeah, I actually highly would recommend, and I will snatch it up if nobody else does.
If you could give the sweater a rating out of 10.
Also 12.
That's 2 12s out of 10.
2 of them.
So that's really exciting. You can get this outfit on our Depop, StyleCircle.org, Depop, StyleCircle.org, and these two will be there if she hasn't already gotten them.
Yes, and you too can look this good.
Oh my gosh. Just thanks so much for chatting with me.
Oh, thank you. I actually love this. This was so fun.
Oh, it was great. My last question is there anything we can be looking forward to in the future from you? Should we keep up with your socials to see some fun stuff coming up in the future?
Yeah, there's definitely some things in cooking.
Ooh.
They're cooking. They're not well seasoned yet.
They are cooking.
I dropped them in a pot and put some salt there. So my socials are at Camille Intson. My name is CamilleIntson, or my website, which is myname.com.
Dope, awesome. We are very excited to see what you have next, just because we loved having you here.
Oh, thank you. I love being here. This is very fun.
Yeah. Well, this is Harry for StyleCircle TV, and we'll see you for the next performance. Interview with NicNac Makes, otherwise known as Madge. Thank you so much for being here for the interview.
Yeah, it's nice to virtually meet you.
Yeah, nice to virtually meet you as well. I hope we're both feeling pretty safe because we're not in the same space.
At home, yeah, exactly.
I first wanted to ask you, how long have you been making designs as NicNac Makes for?
So NicNac has been around for almost 2 years now. Started off like very, very tiny, only making stuff for my friends. And now it's more public.
Fun. Yeah, so like now you're, because I did see you have a shop now, so
yeah.
Now you have like 4 or 6 select institutions?
Yeah, so that was the issue I was kind of dealing with before, is I was making like tons of designs, didn't have like a very set style, was kind of just making things for my friends as I go. And so, yeah, recently I've decided to narrow it down to a few styles that I'll continue making, and then I'll do custom orders on the side.
Ooh, fun. Okay. Custom orders. Sorry, that just appeals to me.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. What are your, like, if you could just, like, walk us, or at least tell us, what kind of things you make, because I know you make earrings and I love those, but I know you also don't just stop there.
Yeah, so I make acrylic sculptures as well, and I'm starting to make kinetic sculptures, and that kind of informs what I make in terms of earrings as well, because that inspires a lot of the movement, and human movement is kind of what inspires my work in general. So that kind of translated into how I was designing the earrings that I was making. So yeah, I started off making acrylic sculptures, and then from there kind of moved into the accessory realm.
So, like, you'd say, for NicNac, it's like fashion and art are equally kind of important parts of this. Would you kind of agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I started making earrings as the idea was originally to make like wearable art, and that is kind of how I go forward with my designs in general. Yeah, that's kind of the what I would use to describe how I come up with my designs and stuff is the idea of wearing art, like wearable art. It's not just jewelry, it's wearable art.
Wearable art is, like, that's just exciting because I feel we so often buy clothes and accessories that we will maybe very cheap and we'll dispose of them really quickly, only to get more and more and more. Whereas to really incorporate art as something, because art is so personal and special and unique, to incorporate something that important into your everyday wear, it really, I feel like it gives a more important meaning to the clothes you wear.
Yeah, and I think that's where custom orders became so fun, is people would give me ideas, and then I would kind of jump off of those, and it would be really personalized in that way, and it would be more personalized, and then in that way it wasn't like you're just buying something you see online. You're part of the process and you're part of the design making, which I thought was really interesting, and I'd like to keep doing that.
Oh, that's really cool to include the customer in the design process, just to break down that wall. That's really cool.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
I was just wondering, just in terms of, because we can't really do a lot of physical stuff these days, has your business, has it flourished with everything going digital? Because maybe people are looking for more custom pieces now that they're in their own headspaces all alone?
Yeah.
Or do you feel like making things mostly digital because of the virus has kind of affected your business strategy a bit?
Yeah, that's a good question. So originally when I started making accessories, a lot of what I would do and what me and my partner at the time would do would be to go to art markets and art fairs, and that's where a lot of the purchases came from. But slowly everything became more digitized anyways. So during this pandemic, it feels like people just are like very into online shopping, which I've noticed. So it honestly has been better in terms of online orders. Yeah, I'm doing one art market this weekend. It's gonna be outside, so it's gonna be like very cold and sad. So I think a lot of what I've been getting interest from is online and on the Instagram, which has been really cool.
Sick. Well, I'm glad that you're trying to work with what you work with the circumstances, but also I'm guessing that like the outdoor market situation is going to be. I'm guessing you guys will probably have like limited amounts of people at a given time.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll try and be more regulated.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be It'll be a very like depressing version of an art market.
Well, I still think it'll be exciting.
Yeah,
personally.
I'm excited regardless.
Just to get out of the house and look at something.
Exactly.
Have visual content for my eyes is very important.
Yeah, I agree.
I did want to ask you about what or who your artistic inspirations are behind your pieces, whether that is the connections you make with your friends, or whether it's like, oh yeah, this one was Picasso inspired.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I just wanted to know that.
Yeah, I mean, like specifically, I love Corey Moranis. I love Warren Stevens Scott's work, and then more generally, Alexander Calder has always been a really big inspiration for me, especially in terms of kinetic sculptures, and that's kind of how I inform a lot of the stuff I make. And then also, I guess just I'm very inspired by the human body in general. A lot of the work I make is very organic, which is, I think, a cool juxtaposition, is like these organic shapes made from a silicone-based, a very like artificially created thing, which is acrylic or lucite. So in that way, yeah, I mean, I guess I do get a lot of inspiration from my friends and what they like doing, what they need in terms of accessories, how practical they are and how impractical they are. Yeah, I guess that does inform a lot of what I make.
Well, it's really sick that you adjust to need as well. Would you agree that you really prioritize the business being a bit like disengaging from fast merchandising and fast fashion? Do you kind of prioritize it being a more slow process?
Yeah, I would definitely categorize it as slow fashion. I usually do, everything is pretty much made to order, so as soon as someone orders something, I will then make it. So that's why a lot of things do end up being custom colors, and people kind of get to pick and choose what colors they like and what styles they like. Yeah, I don't know, just a lot less waste that way. Acrylic, it's plastic, so I don't want to be wasting material ever, and I try to, ones that, I'm kind of a hoarder of like the pieces that end up not working out, so I have like a collection of just like weirdly melted or like improperly cut pieces that I just like hope to one day use, or like hope someone will buy someday. So I try to make things in as little batches as possible, and that's where the made to order idea comes from. Because yeah, I want to be as sustainable as possible, and that's obviously difficult with plastic as the main material I use.
Totally, but I do love that. Like, I just love using, like, I used to do a lot of construction paper collaging, and then with all of the borders, I just keep them. I just stash them, because I figure, like,
you never know.
you never know. Either I could use it for something else, or even just, like, you create a piece of art where you weren't expecting to create a piece of art. Like, the leftovers can be artful, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I just love to reuse. That's my favorite thing. Yeah, you can't see right now, but I am wearing all items that I've had for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's my fashion go-to as well.
Yeah, same.
In terms of how long does it take you to construct, say, your most popular pieces?
It's a good question. I try to, in terms of deciding on prices, this is a big part of it, because obviously I have to value the time I put into the piece. So,
totally. Yeah,
I think what takes the longest would be anything that's melted. So I have the vulva style, which takes a really long time because, oh man, just like the amount of times I screw up the melting and have to remelt and do it again. So, I mean, I think probably one piece from beginning to end, like the process of laser cutting, polishing, melting, and then assembling. Yeah, an hour probably. It's a lot of steps. My video just stopped recording, so I had to restart it. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So you're gonna get 2 videos.
No, it's okay. I'm actually going to get up and make sure mine is still recording
Okay,
as well,
good.
and then I'll come back and
Good.
we can jump back in where we were.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. I did want to know about, like, your personal style, like, in terms of the clothes you wear, like, what are you looking for when you're shopping, and what are you looking for when you're styling an outfit for yourself? Like,
Okay.
what are your go-to styles to wear on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
It's a good question. Definitely depends on what I'm doing, because if I'm doing something messy, it's always going to be something nasty, like something old and gross I'm going to be wearing, which is like most of the time. But I think generally I love color. I think when I choose accessories, I'm pretty out there with the choices, and that's kind of what started NicNac, was like I just wanted some like crazy pieces of jewelry. And in terms of generally, my general style, I thrift pretty much everything. For a long time I was wearing basically everything from the 80s and 90s, which is pretty on trend right now.
And very fun. That is very fun to have in a 90s wardrobe.
Yeah, super. Anything crazy, and like right now, I'm pretty sure this is a bathing suit top that I'm wearing, so you'll get to see that. So I just find anything colorful, anything. I like asymmetry. I like anything with like abstract shapes. I try to find and put on my body.
I'm just very happy to hear this because, like, I feel like I don't see enough people with I love dressing loud in terms of my fashion sense.
Yeah.
So I just love to see vibrant colors, love to see really big accessories and bags and
exactly. I feel like
love that stuff.
I feel like when I go thrifting, the point is like I don't want to leave with something. Like I never really go for basics, I guess. I never go for like things that I need for like basic days. I go and I try to find like the crazy shit basically. Yeah, and that's kind of, I mean, what I'm wearing now is like pretty tame, but you can see my house is pretty colorful, so that's kind of generally what happens around me.
Okay. Like, you'll see in the video later, I'm wearing like a thrifted, I'm wearing, I think it might be a figure skating top, but it has like a leopard collar on it.
Yeah.
So, you'll get to see it later.
Costume stuff is always the best.
I love wearing costumes and tops. I don't know why.
It's so fun. Costumes and bathing suit tops are always super fun for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's the material.
Yeah. I absolutely love just the it's so much expression, and it's just fun to play a character when I'm walking down the street.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes I do go like I'll leave in like a full black fit if I'm feeling it. If I feel like not wanting anyone to look at me, or maybe that brings the opposite. Maybe people are just like staring at me in that case, but.
I often wear, like, all creams when I'm like, do not perceive me. I just want to be a ball of light that is bouncing
just
around.
In. Yeah.
Well, I pretty much exhausted my question list, luckily for you. But finally, I did want to ask you about are there any NicNac projects we can look forward to in the next few weeks, months, even years? I'll stick around. And
Thanks.
I will definitely be watching if there's a project in a year. Just let me know.
Good, I'll let you know. I have a lot of new styles that I've been designing. I haven't cut yet, so I'm hoping to release those by, is it October? By the end of the month.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, a lot more colors. I'm gonna probably stop using the pastels I have and do more bright transparent colors. I mean, this weekend I'm doing something, but this video is not going to be up by then, so it's fine.
Okay.
And then, a photo shoot. I did a photo shoot recently, and the photos will be coming to me this weekend. So next week, have some cool photos up, some exciting compositions.
Very
I'm
exciting.
probably going to be making constantly, so new things are always coming.
Awesome. Like, what socials can we go see these things or buy these things?
So, my Etsy is NicNac Studio Shop. If you just Google that, it'll be there. I think it's Etsy/NicNac Studio Shop. And then my Instagram is NicNac Makes. And then pretty much everything, if you look up NicNac Makes, it'll be under a NicNac Makes name. So, that's all.
Sick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's awesome. So I hope that all of you watching out there are going straight to that site, because these designs that Madge makes are just, they're beautiful.
Oh.
They are so unique, and thank you so much for talking to me today, just because I loved getting to know more about, like, what you're about and what your practice is about, too.
Yeah, thank you so much for talking to me. It's been really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun for me, too. And this is Harry with StyleCircle, and I just had another great interview with NicNac.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm covering Lose by Nikki. I will never know if you love me or my company, but I don't mind, 'cause I ain't tryna be the one. Been through this 1,000 times. I don't need to take your heart. You keep yours and I'll keep mine. All I really know is when I'm lonely. I hate that I'm lonely, and that's why I let you in. And maybe in another life we fight all day, kiss all night. I don't wanna break your heart. You keep yours and I'll keep mine. I know we know better, so we both better go. I don't need a reason to keep on dreaming. No, that we don't lose. Yeah, what's the use? I don't need a reason to keep on dreaming. No, that we can win at anything at all. Thank you.
Hey guys, I'm Harry, and I'm just here with Jenifer, and she's just performed for us. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for performing.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask you first, was it hard to pick a song to cover for us today? Or did you know you were gonna do Lose by Nikki? You just knew it in your heart.
Well, actually, I was preparing for other auditions, and I had already been singing Lose for the past few days. So I thought, okay, I'll just choose this one because it suits my voice. I think. I hope. So,
it did. It really did.
Yeah, that's how I chose it.
Perfect. So how long have you been singing for?
Oh, apparently when I was little, I used to sing a lot, but I have no memory of this. So I guess from when I was very young, but like I feel like I started taking singing seriously around when I was 16.
Oh, dope. Okay, because I did see on your Instagram page you have music, you have songs that you sing, but there's also the instrumental tracks. Do you just like get people to send you beats and then kind of sing on top?
I'm actually starting to learn how to produce because I want
Sick.
to be able to do it all, but before I used to look around for free instrumentals and sing over top of it.
How's producing going? Like, is that a really exciting part of making music right now?
Yeah, it's actually going really well. Like I finally invested in a program for producing music, so fully committed, and I'm really happy with it so far.
Sick, awesome. If you could describe the sound, what are we going to be listening to?
Actually, initially I wanted to do pop because I would prefer to perform and like jump around. But I think right now my voice really suits R&B and more like Joji, Nicki vibes.
Nice. Okay. That's a good vibe to ride. That's good. That's good. I do love your voice over that soft ballad. That was so gorgeous. So I'd be excited to hear how you could put your voice on different stylings. Just because I really like her voice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. I wanted to talk to you about your life at Ryerson University because I do know you're in fashion design. So, are there any fashion projects we can look forward to from you?
Yeah, so we're designing a jacket and pants for a spring-summer collection, and the kind of main topic I chose was decolonization. So a lot of my designs are drawing inspiration from Vietnamese traditional dresses and lanterns and like sunsets.
Ooh,
So,
gorgeous.
yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a really good aesthetic board you got going there.
Yeah.
How is design, do you feel like design is the way you represent yourself the best, or you feel like music really helps you express yourself in the exact ways you want to?
I think
Or maybe it's both?
for me, design is something to keep my life stable, and it's something I can always go back to because it's my comfort zone. But I think I express myself the most through my music, and it challenges me, so that's why I'm more gravitated towards it.
And like when you perform or when you are singing, do you like to add that fashion? Does adding a fashion element or a good outfit really help you to do your best at a performance?
Yeah, I mean, if I look good, it already helps so much with my confidence, and obviously confidence is the key for singing, so fashion matters a lot.
Absolutely. I just want to talk about your outfit today because this is an outfit from the StyleCircle Marketplace. We will be selling this on our Depop at StyleCircle.org. How do you feel about this dress?
It fits me so well. I love it so much, and it's such a nice color as well. Very fall.
Oh yeah, totally. It's giving fall, but it's not too long, so you're not overheated, and it looks like it's a lightweight fit, so not too heavy.
No.
If you could rate this dress out of 10, what would you give it?
Oh, this is a solid 9 out of 10 for me.
Ooh, a 9 out of 10. Okay, so I feel like the audience should know you can buy this on our Depop because she might, if she likes it enough. Or who knows? It looks pretty good. I might buy it myself. But looking great and sounding amazing. What can we look forward to in music for you in the future?
Ooh, well, hopefully in the coming months, I'll come up with songs that I fully produce myself, including the track and my lyrics. and I'm doing a few more editions, so we'll see where that goes.
Where can we listen to some stuff of yours?
You can listen it to on my Instagram, which is linked in my main Instagram bio.
Sick.
So yeah.
Okay, dope. I will definitely be checking that out. And I just wanted to let everybody know that we will be keeping huge tabs on Jenifer. And while you're shopping, you can also get one of our books here. And all of the proceeds from this will be going to Black Lives Matter Toronto. Thank you, Jenifer, for talking with us, and so great to meet you.
Thank you, it was really nice meeting you too.
I'm Harry with StyleCircle, and this has been another really awesome interview.